The US Supreme Court has been asked to decide whether Donald Trump is immune from criminal prosecution. The former president has argued he's protected against prosecution over official actions undertaken while in office. Sky News Washington correspondent Anneliese Nielsen, she joins us live now to explain this latest development. So why is it all so significant, Anneliese?
Look, there's been a lot of developments in the number of legal cases against Donald Trump recently, but this would go to the heart of a few of them and it would speed up the whole process. This is quite an unusual move by the Special Prosecutor Jack Smith to go directly to the Supreme Court and say, can you decide on this? And it circumvents the Court of Appeals. The District Court has already ruled on this, saying that being the president isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card and they're free to proceed. But the question's going to the Appeals Court. What that does do is delay the whole process, and it also takes out a part of the decision, which further complicates things potentially and again drags it out. So Jack Smith has said to the Supreme Court, can you make this decision definitively so that we can then proceed and go to trial in March as planned? That would give them the prospect of a conviction before the next election. So this is why this becomes such a critical point. Now, the Supreme Court doesn't have to take this up. The Supreme Court's well within its rights to say, hey, this has to go to the Court of Appeals first, and then we can rule based on that after a decision's been made. It's also very unusual for courts in the hierarchy up to start making these decisions while a case is being prosecuted. Usually you have to get everything out of the way and then they can punt it back up saying, look, this was wrong, this was wrong, this is wrong, and make the decisions based on those specific points. But if this is successful, if the Supreme Court does take it up and says, no, Donald Trump's not protected from these specific actions that he undertook, that is what is going to be the problem here. Then it's going to be very difficult for Donald Trump, and he could be facing a conviction before the next election. He is still the leading Republican candidate.